Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to get started indexing on FamilySearch. For many years, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has invested substantial resources into the preservation of historical family documents. These documents can be anything from birth certificates to draft records, marriage certificates, pretty much any record that you would find that was kept by a church or a government. These are the type of records that need indexed. For a long time, these documents have only been available on microfilm. Today, FamilySearch is collecting and storing images in a digitized format. Millions of these records are currently available online, but in order to be truly helpful, the information found in these records needs to be searchable on a computer. We accomplish this by indexing. As an indexer, you'll read these digital images and type the information you see into the FamilySearch database. This makes it possible for anyone to search for information about their family history. To get started, you'll need to log into your FamilySearch account. If you don't already have an account, click this link to learn how to set up your own. If you're a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and have a church account, you can use that same login information to log into FamilySearch. To get started, the first thing we need to do is come to FamilySearch.org. Then we're going to come in here and sign in. So now it's taking me to the main FamilySearch page. So to get started, we're going to come up here to the Indexing tab, and that brings up a drop-down menu. We'll come to Web Indexing, and we'll click that. So here you can see a few things. The first thing is that you can see My Batches. So a batch is what you'll be indexing. That's just how they refer to any set of documents that you're indexing. You also see your indexing totals. That's all the documents that you've indexed, the progress you make through the month, and you can also see any groups that you're currently a part of. So we'll come back up to the top, and to get started, you're going to click Find Batches. Now, there's a few things you can pick on the side. First thing you need to look at is your difficulty level. If you're just starting out indexing, I'd recommend starting out as a beginner. The intermediate and advanced levels, the handwriting can get pretty squirrely. I'm certainly not up to getting a bunch of those yet. As you get better, you can start getting into some of those intermediate and advanced files. But for now, we'll just start in the beginning tabs. So what you'll do here is you'll come in and you'll select something to index. So we're going to work on the U.S. California, San Mateo County, Coloma Italian cemetery records from 1899 to 2011. So we come over here and we click index. So it'll go ahead and take a few seconds to load that file. Now you can come in here and the first thing you're going to be asked is whether or not this image should be indexed. So let's zoom in here and we can see, yes, this image should be indexed. This looks like it was a cemetery record. It shows the year the people were buried, as well as the block number and the grave number and the names. So we can come up here and we'll say, yes, this should be indexed. This, you'll almost always answer yes to this question. So we'll click next. Now you'll notice that there is a lot more information they ask for here than is actually available on this index record. You don't need to fill out all these columns. So the only thing you're really going to be able to do, it looks like, is put in the name, and that may be about it. Everything else, that's kind of irrelevant to what we're doing right now. So what we'll do is we'll come up to this first line, and it looks like this is the given name, and this is the surname. So we would come here, and we don't have a prefix. So anytime you have something that you can't fill out, you'll come up here, and you'll say, mark this field as blank. If you don't do that, when you get to the end of this record, it'll come up with a bunch of errors and you'll have to sort through all those errors. So I think it's easier just to start out by anytime you have a blank, you just click that button. You can also use the keyboard shortcut, Control B. So we will go, and the first one is Carmine. Surname is Pudo. And that's really all the information we have here. So the fast way to get through all these blanks when you have a lot of these blanks is just to start hitting Control B, and you can blank each of these out quickly. Then it takes me to the next entry once I get to the bottom. So you need to make sure that as you're doing this that you're getting things in the right box. So that one's blank. This one is Delphine. So again here there is no more information I can put in. So we'll go to the next and we will just put these in as blank. Once we get there, it takes us to the next one. And you would continue doing this process. You'd go through all the lines. There's quite a few on here. It looks like there's 90 total. If for some reason you can't finish this, you can hit the back button and it returns you out, but it saves your progress. So you don't have to start over. So if you can't finish this batch in one sitting, that's okay. You can just back out like this. And there we're back to our page. Now to get back into a record, you'd come in here and I've got two batches. I'm not sure which one's right. We'll try that one. You'll open your batch. It loads the project data. Yep, this was the right one. And you'll see that you're right where you left off. Entry number 3, you'd go to the third line and you just pick up where you were. Now, once you've got all the information input here, so you can see at the last entry, like it says here, do you see any more information on this image to index? If yes, create another entry. If no, you submit your batch. I'm not going to submit this because I'm not done, but you would click that, and at that point, it would check for any errors, and it may come up with a few errors or inconsistencies, and you would just have to go through and verify all those errors, and then you can finish submitting your batch. That's really all there is to it. This is a pretty easy document. Everything's typed, easy to read. You'll get some of these where the handwriting can get pretty interesting. And there's a couple tools up here to help you with that. You can obviously zoom in, but there's a handwriting assistant. So if you want to see, you're not sure what a letter is that somebody's written, you can come in here and you can see some different styles of handwriting. And that might help you figure out a weird letter or a weird name or something like that. There's a lot of other tips and tricks I won't go through here that I can do in another video, but that's just the basics of how to get started with indexing. If you need any help, feel free to get a hold of me and I'll try and answer your questions as best I can.